All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the operational briefing for day shift, October 13th. If you guys could do me a favor and silence your cell phones, silence your radios, and keep side conversations to a minimum. We're going to start out the morning with Clint Gould with the current situation.
Good morning, everyone. So last night shift had a productive but unproductive night in a sense of nothing new to really report. They continued to patrol mop up. Last night in Division November, in the tiny horseshoe that they had out there, they conducted a firing operation to get that secured to the hand line. About 11 o'clock last night, weather conditions were such that burning started to diminish. So that's when conditions were not that favorable for burning conditions. After that time, fire laid down pretty much all night and not a whole lot of movement at all anywhere out there in November. And Mike, in the report.
All right. Thanks, Clint. Our current incident objectives have not changed, so please take a look at your IAP and peruse them and go over them with your modules. With that, I'm going to turn it over to our incident meteorologist for our fire weather forecast, John Pendergast.
Hey, folks, I want you to think a little bit about seasonality, and now that we're getting in the middle part of October, the sun angle really starts factoring in, especially in the production of weather. And so thinking about the sun angle, we're starting out with a nice inversion this morning. There's likely some smoke trapped in some of the higher elevation active fire areas, and it's going to stay somewhat into the afternoon. It's going to take a while for that inversion to break. That's just because of seasonality and that sun angle. So factoring that in today, it's going to be warm today, similar to yesterday, but even warmer. Temperatures on the upper reaches of the fire poking it into the 70s today. Down here in the valley around Fresno, we're expecting mid-80s, even some upper 80s this afternoon. So yeah, the ridge is really starting to factor in. Humidity's falling. See some teens RHs cropping up this afternoon, 5,000 and up. And those active fire conditions, because of the low humidity, is going to persist past nightfall this evening. We're going to see the ridge set back in place with a strong inversion overnight tonight. The winds will switch around to drainage, down slope, down valley. The one saving grace, despite the low humidities forecast today, is that the winds, once again, are not going to be terribly strong. Just some upslope, up valley winds developing on the range of about 5 to 10 miles an hour this afternoon. So just keep that in mind for your operations. And at the Spike Camp at Florence, expecting temperatures to make it into the low 70s today with humidities in the low teens by 1 p.m. So have a safe day.
All right. Thanks, John. For fire behavior, talked with our incident meteorologist last night, and hopefully she will be here this evening. But today, let me give you a brief update. What you guys saw yesterday up and around the Rattlesnake Lake area is going to be indicative of what you're going to see today. She wanted me to reiterate that there's a continuous stringer of readily available fuels that could go a couple hundred acres up in that area, and you might see that again today, but it will eventually hit the rock outcropping. That southwest wind that we saw yesterday, light wind, is going to pop up again, so just be heads up when it gets in alignment with the terrain. For the rest of the fire behavior forecast, please see your IAP. And with that, I'm going to bring it back up. I'm going to bring up our safety, Greg Marfel.
Good morning. So the fire started 40 days ago, so that's quite a while ago. The fire has been here probably long before you got here, and it's probably going to be here a long bit after you leave. So there's no need to be in a hurry. Set your tempo, an appropriate operational tempo for a fire that's going to be around for a while. Remember the 10th standard firefighting order, fight fire aggressively, but provide for safety first. Doesn't say anything about being in a hurry. No need to be in a hurry. You got time to look at things. And just remember, slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. Thanks.
Thanks, Greg. Great John Wooden quote, my favorite one. All right, with that, I'll bring up operational assignments with our planning ops, Clint Gould.
Good morning again. So still out at field ops is Jeff Henson, branch 20, Jack Froggett, and branch 25, 29 is Bontrager. Division Mike, we still got Naylor and Mitchison. They're going to continue with direct line construction from Lake Edison heading west, trying to get down to the Rattlesnake Crossing today, tie into some good cold black. Division November, we've got Marquez. They've got that line in around the division as of yesterday. They're going to hold, improve, mop up as they go along today. Division Papa, we've got Carson Hall and DeHart. They're going to continue from Sample Meadows, heading to the west, going direct line out towards West Kaiser Campground. Get tied into the cold black on that on the west side of the Horseshoe. Division Romeo, we got the Velasquez. They're going to finish up with backhaul coming off and continue to patrol and mop up that division. Division SUV, we still have Bonchi. They're going to be down in the southern half. They're going to continue with the patrol, mop up, and answer any service calls. We unstaffed Whiskey X-Ray Zulu. That set of divisions is looking extremely well. If anything pops up in there, SUV will send a resource over there to take care of that. Suppression repair with Wade. They're still out in the areas of Shaver and continuing with suppression repair work as needed. End of report.
All right, thanks, Clint. For air operations, Brian Sexton.
Morning, everyone. Brian Sexton, Team 14 Air Ops. For the aircraft lineup for today, we have 13 helicopters available. Starting here out of Fresno, we have helicopter 507 for IR and Air Attack. We also have Air Attack 51 for aerial supervision. On the south zone out of Aubrey Helibase, we have one Type 1, 3 Type 2s, and one Type 3. We also have Helco available out of Aubrey. Up to the northeast at Mammoth Helibase, we have 4 Type 1s and 1 Type 2. And then at Batterson Helispot, we have a Type 2 and a Type 3. We also have Helicopter 407, 24-hour night hoist capable helicopter for medevac. Just wanted to remind folks out there, we have the potential for a lot of helicopters to be working with multiple crews out in Mike in November. So just pass on to your folks the need for brevity out there to keep radio traffic to a minimum. You know, mean more, say less. Economy of expression is going to be key today, just because we have a short area that we could be having some conflicting traffic on. So, and if something doesn't look right out there, please pass that forward, speak up, and say something, please. Appreciate it. Thanks. Have a safe shift.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. Medical wanted me to pass along to you that the Vermilion Spike Camp medic did demob this morning, but there will be a new one that will be replacing them, hopefully be checking in today. And with that, I will bring it up Joan Disney for finance.
Good morning, Joan Disney, Finance. By now you probably know we have our finance folks set up in an office trailer there at China Peak. And a reminder or a request from them would be that you remember to put your request number at the top of any shift ticket or CTR. They're having a hard time making matches without them, so we need the whole 6-digit request number written on those time records there. Again, if you're located at China Peak, please start the finance portion of your demo process there. If there's any questions, look at the finance message on page 27 of your IAP today. Has our phone numbers and email address. With that, have a safe day. Thanks.
Thanks, Joan. For human resources, Janine Summy.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Janine Summy, your Human Resource Specialist here. On page 31 in the IAP, I've got a human resource message on top of the training message. If you don't usually read my messages, this is a good one. You'll like it. It's my favorite. It talks about personality characteristics of emergency personnel. If you get a good read out of it, you might want to pull it out, put it in an envelope, and send it home to your people back home because it explains a lot. I also have an ask for you today. There's a long time we've been here. It's been a long fire season. Some of the people are being affected in different ways emotionally. So I'm just asking if you're out there and you see some folks that maybe have a long stare, maybe aren't talking as well as they usually do, I'm just asking if you can just go stand with them. Just spend some time, maybe just standing with them. You don't even have to say anything. It'll mean a lot to them. And with that, I have a Mother Teresa quote for you. Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their actions are truly endless. You guys have a good, safe shift out there.
Thanks, Janine. Just a reminder, training specialist is working remotely, so please use that QR code that is in your IAP. And for DMOB, please note that the DMOB procedure has changed slightly. You no longer have to go to ground support at Sierra Camp for those of you folks that are up at China Peak. There is now ground support at China Peak that can get you through the DMOB process before you head down the hill to Weed Wash. And with that, I'm going to bring up our forest supervisor, Dean Gould.
Good morning. I'll keep this brief. I just wanted to remind folks that there's a lot of different folks on this footprint doing a lot of different things. You've got the utility companies, SCE, PG&E, they're trying to restore their services as quickly as possible. Got phone companies doing the same thing. You've got Caltrans trying to restore the road conditions and roadside safety. You've got homeowners trying to get in and take care or assess their situation. You have permittees going in to try and get reestablished or reassess, what the condition is of their business or their personal interests. You have suppression going on. You have suppression repair going on. You have a lot of equipment coming off the incident and trying to get that turned back in. So a lot of different individual activities going on, and a lot of those folks tend to focus just on their piece. I just want to make sure that you're aware that all that is going on, because all that is going on by way of just a very few roads. And those folks tend to be pretty focused on what they're doing. I just want to make sure that you are focused on everything around you. You're keeping your eyes wide open. You are very much aware that other folks may be distracted as they're driving around. We've had a really good safety record with vehicles up to this point. Towards the latter part of an incident, that is a time when folks can start letting down their guard a little bit, letting down their awareness. And I just want to make sure that you folks, each morning, you do that personal reset, get yourself recharged, reattached to the incident and everything around you. Have a safe day.
Thanks, Dean. And with that, we'll bring up our incident commander, Mike Strawn, for closing comments.
Hey, good morning. So we firefighters have a bias of action. And what I mean by that is we have the duty to act in the best manner we can. And now that doesn't mean independent action. It doesn't mean that we see something and we just do it. When we see a need, we come up with a plan, we communicate with our partners out there on the line, we develop an action, and we engage and we inform our supervisors as soon as we can. So all wildland firefighter hinges on that bias of action, and with you doing that out there in these times of changing weather, it's going to make a big difference. So bias action, definitely how we get this job done. With that, have a good shift. Look out for each other. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Mike. Just a reminder, each camp's got your own breakouts. Please go to your breakout areas after this closing message. Make sure you turn your cell phones, radios back on, and a reminder for the folks here at camp, we have a 10 o'clock cooperators meeting. No 10 o'clock cooperators meeting, excuse me, and a 1300 CNG. You guys have a great shift. We'll talk to you guys in the morning.